Hey, how's it going everybody? My name is Ian, and in this video we're going to be going over how to fill your Dominator cartomizers, your tank cartomizers, how to refill a tank and get everything ready to go. So, now that we have everything laid out, we have our fluid, we have our Dominator, our battery, our drip tip, and this is our atomizer cover. This is just basically a little cosmetic piece. It's completely see-through, and it just goes over the threading to keep the thread safe, and it kind of brings it all together and makes it look good. But we'll go over that here in just a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, we're going to take our Dominator out of the package. Then once we get it out of the package, you have two rubber caps, one on each side. We're just going to go ahead and pull those off. So there's one, then take the rubber cap off the bottom. Those two, and now you have your Dominator ready to fill. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by taking our fluid, and you're just going to want to take about 10 to 20 drops and put it right down the center hole. So we're just going to do that. Just kind of rotate it as you're dripping it into the Dominator. And after about 10 drops or so, take a look at the top, and I am starting to see, don't know if you can see in there, but there is some color, some fluid color starting to show through, so we'll just put a few more in there. A few more like so. Yep, and I can definitely see some color in there now. So then we're just going to take a few drops and go right into the filament around the edges. Now you don't have to worry too much if you get a little bit in the center hole. You can just take a little puff and it'll come out of there. So now that we've done that, cap our fluid back off. And then you're going to take the Dominator. You're going to put the Dominator right onto the battery. Just like so. Like that. And then this is where the atomizer cover comes in. So you're going to take your atomizer cover, slip it over the Dominator and screw around to the battery, and then it looks like that. Kind of brings everything together and keeps those threads nice and protected. We're going to stick our drip tip on there. Let's see how she vapes. Vapes great, tastes good. Now as you're vaping it throughout the day, you may start to notice the flavor start to diminish inside this cartridge. When that begins to happen and you don't get as much flavor out of it anymore, all you do, you just unscrew the Dominator from the battery. You do the same process I just showed you, put a few drops in the bottom, put a few drops in the top, get the filament in there nice and moist again, and then you'll be ready to keep on vaping throughout the day. Okay, so now that we've filled up the Dominator, I'm going to show you how to fill up our tank. The particular tank that I'm using is our Magnum tank. This is the version 1. It does have removable seals on the top and bottom, and this allows you to actually take the tank apart to clean it out and to make sure everything's clean when you're switching flavors. I also have my fluid. I have my tank refiller, which I'll get to in just a moment. I have my transition cover, just kind of keeps the threads on the battery protected and brings everything together. I also have my mouthpiece, my cartomizer, and a paper clip, which will come in handy in just a moment. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up our cartomizer here. Open this up. And then you will notice on the top of the cartomizer there is a little white rubber piece. This is what the paper clip is for, so I just stick a paper clip in there, pull out the rubber piece, stick that off to the side. Now to prime the cartomizer, what we're going to do is we're going to take our fluid, and you're going to want to put about 15 to 25 drops right into the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and do that and just keep turning it as you're putting fluid into the bottom. That way it'll evenly distribute the fluid inside. And after about 15 drops or so, I'll check the top to see if any fluid is starting to poke through. Okay, we'll go ahead and check the top. And as you can see inside of there, I am starting to see some color of the fluid, so it is starting to get saturated. So we'll just go ahead and stick a few more drops down in there. And then we're going to flip it over, and I'm going to stick about 5 drops or so right along the edges of the cartomizer, and this is going to saturate the top of the filament. If you do get a little bit of fluid down that center post, not a big deal. You can just get that out of there by taking a couple of light puffs. Okay, so now that we have our cartomizer primed, we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to dab at the bottom off on a napkin. This will keep the bottom of that battery and the connector nice and dry. So now we're going to take the tank, and now this particular tank, it does have 2 sides. It does have a smooth side and it has a machined side, and this machined side has a little groove in there. That groove is the bottom, where the bottom of the cartomizer is going to go. So there's 2 ways of filling this tank. The first way, you can actually just kind of put the cartomizer in. You can kind of cock it to the side and push up, and this will give you a little bit of room to stick your fluid in there. Or we do have available on the website, we do have tank refillers, and that's what these little things are right here. And what will you do with these? You just put it right inside of the cartomizer. You hold the bottom seal, because these will pop off, push down, and then you're ready to fill. Take your fluid inside of the refiller. Just going to go ahead and start filling her up. You're going to want to leave a little bit of room at the top. A little bit of room. Okay. Then once you do that, you're just going to push up very carefully. Make sure the seals stay good. Pop her off. And now you have a full tank. So you're going to want to just kind of wipe the tank off a little bit. That's what I got my napkin here for. And then we have our battery. I have my transition cover. That's the piece I was telling you about. Just going to go ahead and screw that on. It'll keep the threads nice and protected, and it kind of brings everything together. Take your tank. We're going to screw her right onto the battery. Just like so. Take our drip tip. Stick her on there, and we'll see how she vapes. Vapes great, tastes good, and then now that you have a tank, you have a visual level of where your fluid is inside of the tank. So all you got to do is when the fluid starts running low, you just pop your tank refiller back on the cartomizer, push down, fill her back up, and you'll be good to go. Alright guys, that's all I got for you in this video. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We do have a Revolver forum, so that if you want to sign up for that and get involved with the community, you can. I do post all of the video updates on the forum and on the Facebook. Also, we do have a mobile text club where we send out deals and discounts every week or so. If you want to get in on that, all you have to do is you just text the word VAPING, that's VAPING, to the number 99000, that's 99000, and that'll get you signed up for our mobile text club. And as always, thanks for watching.